What's up, family? We do need to go ahead and talk about a new program that was just approved by the Biden administration that is going to provide about $5 billion in rental assistance. Now, we do have some assistance for our victims as well as low-income families, but let's go ahead and start this video off by touching on the subject matter of these deadly tornadoes that has been going on over the past month or so. Yes, we just received more deadly tornadoes that ended up hitting and causing major devastation to the Tennessee area. As you can see right here, where the tornadoes ended up shredding homes all through this particular pathway in Tennessee. Yes, it says that dangerous storms continue to spawn tornadoes that slammed into Tennessee, turning deadly in a city of Columbia. And yes, guys, these particular videos right here, you can just see the leftover devastation that was caused by these tornadoes. What can we do? What can we say? Well, the only thing that I can say right now is that we can continue to lift all of them up in our prayers in the meantime, because we just received word that so far one individual ended up losing their lives in regards to these tornadoes in Tennessee. But that is the total number that we have at the time of this video. That number could go up. So we definitely want to continue to pray for them. So I would solicit you in your prayers so that we can pray for those particular victims as well as their families, as well as their friends. We definitely don't want to see anything like this, as well as we also want to pray for those individuals that ended up losing their homes. Hopefully they all have insurance, because that could just be completely devastating if they do not carry homeowners insurance. So anyways, guys, keep them lifted up in your prayers. And speaking of tornadoes, guys, we talked about it last week, where those tornadoes that ended up hitting the Texas area, Iowa, as well as Nebraska. Well, we just received word that for the state of Nebraska, victims that were affected by these tornadoes can now apply for FEMA aid. Yes, guys, this says right here that FEMA is offering help with aid applications, as well as Salvation Army is also providing support for these victims as well. Anyways, the federal agencies are working to give financial assistance to Nebraskans working to recover from the April 26 tornadoes. Authorities from the FEMA agency and the IRS have posted notices this week about available assistance and other accommodations that have been extended to the victims in Douglas and Washington counties. The aid was released as a result of last week's disaster declarations from Governor Jim Pillen and President Biden. So anyways, guys, if you or you know someone that lives in those particular counties or affected by any of the tornadoes all over, you definitely want to remind them that, yes, you can now apply for FEMA assistance, and they are encouraging you to do this specifically right here in the Nebraska area, but also other areas that were affected by tornadoes. Now, just a little bit of a key tip right here. This is in effect for either the homeowner or even a renter. Either way, if you live in one of those homes that was damaged by the tornadoes, you can probably apply for assistance from FEMA as well. So anyways, guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to comment them down below. However, you could always Google or go to the FEMA website to get more information about your affected areas. But anyways, guys, also right here, FEMA wants you to know that there are scammers out there. So be careful, because you might have somebody walking around saying that they work for FEMA and they're trying to offer you or get you some help. Just be aware that there are scammers out there, and they are looking for vulnerable victims to take advantage of. As you can see right here, that the FEMA is warning Ohio tornado victims to be aware of scams, as they tend to increase after these particular natural disasters. You need to know this information. Be careful, have your due diligence out there, as well as always feel free to call the FEMA hotline. You can get more information about that. But anyways, I at least wanted to give that information to you just to remind you. I know none of you will get scammed out there, but I at least wanted to remind you. So make sure that you remind someone else as well. So anyways, guys, moving on, we do need to go ahead and talk about a new some assistance, some rental assistance that was just approved by the Biden administration. And it says right here that the Biden administration just announced $5 $5.5 billion to boost affordable housing in the United States. Now, grants have been approved, which will be distributed for buildings, buying and renovating affordable housing, as well as providing rental assistance and addressing homelessness in this country. Not necessarily sure what took them so long, but we are just grateful for this $5.5 billion. That is only a quarter of a percentage point of how much money they have sent over to Ukraine. But that is another topic for another day. But right here it says that the Biden administration on Tuesday announced $5.5 billion in grants for building more affordable homes, as well as this is a key effort to lowering housing costs, as well as addressing homelessness in the U.S., according to the White House statement. Now, these particular grants will be distributed through the Department of Housing and Urban Development, and they will fund a variety of projects, including building, buying, and renovating affordable housing, as well as providing rental assistance and addressing the homelessness in this country. Home ownership is an essential part of the American dream that represents so much more than a roof over your heads, according to the Vice President Kamala Harris. But anyways, for people all across our nation, a home represents financial security, the opportunity to build wealth and equity, and a foundation for a better future for themselves, their children, and future generations. These particular grants are part of a broader effort by the Biden administration to boost housing supply and affordability, which has been a key priority for certain cities and certain states. And as you guys know, the interest rates that are going on right now, which just came down just a couple of days ago, are still at skyrocketing amounts, guys. We are still sitting at interest rates on homes sitting at around 7%. However, last week or earlier this week, they were hitting almost to 8%. So anyways, getting this little bit of a pullback in regards to the mortgage interest rates is definitely moving in the right direction. But how long will it last? Will it actually do something? Will the Fed lower the interest rates this year as he told us he would? But on the flip side, inflation is still very, very high. So the Fed chairman is a little bit reluctant on lowering interest rates at this particular time. So anyways, in regards to that, the Biden administration said that they want to do something about it, which is why they're putting in $5.5 billion to help ease some of the pain for some individuals as they claim that this is the American dream to finally get a home that you actually own. So anyways, guys, I definitely want to share that with you. You know who else is getting a little bit of rental assistance? You might be a little bit surprised by this, but check this article out right here. Yes, migrants. Some of them illegal migrants are actually participating in a free rent program, which is getting an additional boost at this particular time. You can see that this article came out just a couple of days ago. And yes, in the state or the city of Denver, their council unanimously approved of a contractual agreement with a regional nonprofit organization costing about $1.4 million to provide various migrant services throughout the remainder of this year. This particular resolution between the city and VV Wellness was approved on Monday via a 13-0 vote, and it will provide case management services for newcomer families and individuals, including rental deposit assistance, as well as onward travel benefits and other supportive services as well. It seems like they are getting a little bit more than what our homeless individuals are receiving as well. But anyways, this particular contract comes at a $1.36 million price tag and will conclude on December the 31st of 2024. Yes, the scope of this work will include providing housing navigation and assistance, as well as referrals and service connections, transportation services, including travel support, cultural responsiveness, and trauma-informed care, and a language access plan. While the contract covers other expenses such as rental assistance, case management is absolutely pivotal to achieving positive outcomes, according to the spokesperson. Now, again, guys, I love to get your thoughts on this. What do you think about this? These migrants receiving additional benefits, rental assistance in regards to being in this country. What do you think about this? Because we all know that the homelessness situation in this country is very, very bad. It has gotten really triple bad over the last couple of years or so, and it's not stopping as of yet. But I want to know, what do you think about this? Do you approve of them providing migrants with rental assistance, or do you think that that money should be going towards helping out our homelessness in the country? But anyways, guys, I would love to get your thoughts on this. Please take the time to comment down below. Let us know how you feel about that. And last but not least, guys, I do have a little bit of a topic that on someone that we have never talked about on this channel. And I will say that we're going to talk about it just a little bit right now, but this is in a positive light. So I definitely want to touch on it right here. You guys know that the former President Donald Trump, he has a son, which is very tall, by the way. I believe he's like 6'3", 6'4", and he was that height at the age of like 13 years old. But anyways, his name is Barron Trump. And yes, he is in the news as of lately because he is expected to step into the political arena as a Florida delegate at the Republican convention. Does this mean that he is now getting into the politics? You think he would actually learn his lesson, considering what his dad has to go through, considering right now, as well as when he was the president of the United States. But anyways, it says right here that it will soon be Barron Trump's time to step into the political spotlight. According to this information, the former President Donald Trump's youngest son will graduate from high school next week and has largely been kept out of the political spotlight, was picked by the Republican Party of Florida on Wednesday night as one of the state's at-large delegates to the Republican National Convention, according to the spokesperson at NBC News. So anyways, guys, I don't necessarily know if we should be congratulating him or not, because we know that this is a very vicious subject matter, if you will, to get into the politics. Is the son ready for this? Is Barron Trump ready for this type of spotlight? I would personally say that no, he's probably not ready, because he has been avoiding it throughout the presidential of his dad in office and since he's been gone as well. So anyways, guys, we'll have to see how this actually turns out. But anyways, guys, kudos to him if he is definitely interested in this. Hopefully he does well. But anyways, I just want to share that story with you because we really don't talk about the Trump's youngest son in regards to the political spotlight. So anyways, guys, like I said, give me some comments down below. Let me know how you feel about the rental assistance for Americans as well as migrants. I would love to get your thoughts on that. Also, don't forget to hit the like button on this video. It really helps out a lot. And if you haven't already, please take the time to hit that subscribe button down below. It really helps this channel grow. But anyways, outside of all of that, I hope to see you guys on the next video.